I've said on here multiple times that the biggest thing that I struggle with is my thoughts and past mistakes and things that I've done. But I feel like the one thing that, sorts of brings me back to earth is saying to myself that, you know what, like you didn't know better at the time, and that's okay. And I feel like this is what, you watching should apply to. Like, the other day, I was literally thinking about something I said in middle school to this girl that I shouldn't have said. And I was like, okay, and I ended up apologizing for it after. And then I'm still thinking about, it today. Like, oh, like, why did I say this? Like, da, 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 da. But it's like, at the end of the day, like, that was so long ago. And not only that, too, like, not only was that so long ago, it was like, it's in the past. My biggest problem is living in the present, and I say this a lot on my on the channel because I have to constantly tell myself this is not right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not related to right now. So this is what I tell people, like, live in the present as much as you can. Not even because the present is the only thing that matters. The past doesn't matter anymore, and the future doesn't matter yet. So, it's also like I was just thinking, like, the other day I was like, bro, like, oh, like, I did this with this one girl, or I said this to this one person like years ago, or did this to this person years ago, and I'm like, bro, like, shut the fuck up. Like, bro, I'll be like, bro, like, that was so long ago. I've said things that I shouldn't have said. I've been this person that I should have been. I've done things that we all have. We all have. But at the end of the day, I have to set these thoughts aside and be like, bro, this is not the present moment. And I had to realize that I am not my past. You are not your past. Nobody is their past. You are you right now in the present. And I feel like that's the thing with a lot of people. And I know this works with everything. And I feel like we tend to judge people so much from their past and so much for what they've done, but not on who they are now. You know, I feel like a lot of people are not open-minded in that sense. I feel like a lot of people always tend to view things from that sort of perspective, which is understandable because the same thing. Okay, so it's also the same thing with also yourself too. It's not about forgetting about your past mistakes, about what you've done wrong, but it's about remembering it. Not in a sense like you're a slave to your thoughts, or like you'll be in this facade forever, but it's about realizing that you have to remember these things. And this is what I tell myself all the time. And this is why I am so grateful of, even of the past mistakes that I've done. I'll be like, okay, like, I did this wrong, and but it's like, at the end of the day, like, I had to. It was a part of my journey. It was a part of my story. And it was a part of who I am and who I'm going to be. You know what I'm saying? And who I was. So I feel like there's like, it's all a part of the plan. Like, I know it sounds like bullshit, but it's all a part of the plan. But and this is the thing with realizing with life, that you have to be your best friend. I had to teach myself, okay, nobody's going to understand you the same way that you understand that you understand yourself, and nobody's going to be there with you the way that you are for yourself, and nobody's going to love you the same way that you love yourself. You know, I feel like a lot of us, we have this self-hatred and we hate ourselves so much, but I feel like the day you start loving yourself is like the day you start receiving love from everything else. And the thing with that is sort of real. It's about genuinely just like self-acceptance and loving yourself. Like, I had to accept, like, there's certain things that I can't change from the past. However, what I can do is be better right now so I can have a better future. That's what I always tell myself, and that's what always gives me hope. Sometimes there's some days I'll be like, oh, like, I'll be overthinking. I'll be like, bro, like, what if I did this, and what if it affects my future, and this, that, and so on and so forth. You know, just my thoughts, like running rapid in my head, and I have to tell myself to calm down and tell myself to just be better now. That is the only thing I could tell myself, to just be better now. And the thing with that is realizing that you can't, you could never be behind on your own journey. You can't. This is your journey. No matter how many times you fall, no matter how many times you fall down on the floor, you have to get back up and keep going, because this is, and take as much time as you need. And the thing with that is, I feel like a lot of us, we tend to, social media and looking at other people and seeing how their life is going, and seeing how, oh, like, this other person just got a new car, this other person's in a relationship, or this other person posted up 10 bands on Instagram, or this other person just bought some new Margielas, or this person just bought this person got GTA 6 unreleased. I know that's so like unrealistic, but it's realizing that everybody's living their own lives, and you have to live your own life too. And we're saying that is to keep to not worry about other people, in a sense where, okay, this person has this going on for themselves, I'm gonna keep on working on what's going on with me. And it's like, so when I first started working out, I used to see people like, oh, like I used to scroll on TikTok, and people used to be like, oh, like, this is their gym progress, and that amount of time that I've been working out, I'll be like, damn, bro, like, why do I not look like this? Like, this was like last year. But that's where the self-love comes in place. This self-love comes in place, and be like, yo, this is your journey. Like, love yourself right now. You have to love yourself right now. And then it's not just love yourself right now. Love yourself forever. Love yourself forever. As I said before, we have to give ourselves unconditional love forever, because nobody will love us the way that we love ourselves. And we are us forever. I don't know if that makes sense, but like, the more you hate yourself, the more you're just hating life. Like it's from this perspective that I've seen in the last, like, I know I'm just rambling. It's just seeing that hating on yourself does nothing but make you hate life even more. And that's the thing. And it's also about, it's not just about hating about myself. And the whole topic of this video being like, you didn't know better at the time, and it's okay. It's about, and this was about me just hating myself. I used to do things that I didn't like, but I still did it just for, like, like, sort of like, oh, like, quote unquote, for the plot and whatever. But there's sort of regret, like, that sort of what's that one word? Oh my gosh, hold on, give me 1 second. What's that one word? It's not regret. Anyways, it's when you have that sort of guilt. Yeah, why did I not? Yeah, when you have this sort of guilt after doing something that you didn't, but knowing that you know that it's wrong, and you're just like, damn, like, why did I do that? But it's about loving yourself through that. I had to learn that it's about loving yourself through all these mistakes, and this is how I've made it so far. Because whenever I used to do these things, I used to literally just hate myself. I used to be like, oh my gosh, I would never improve. I would never leave this sort of mindset. I will always be this, I'll always be that, and so on and so forth. And this would create so much self-hatred, like, in me. Like, I had this hatred in my heart. I would hate myself. I look in the mirror and be like, damn, like, why would I do that? Like, this, that, and so on and so forth. But the day when I said to myself, okay, I did this, I am not proud of it. And the thing is, it's not about, just slap on the wrist and, okay, like, life moves on. Like, no, you have to really acknowledge, like, okay, I did this is wrong. However, I'm not going to beat myself up for this, and I'm going to forgive myself. And this is where you didn't know at the time, and it's okay. It's all about forgiveness. I made a video maybe like a couple of months ago saying, the only way to move on is to forgive yourself. Maybe I posted on TikTok. I don't remember, but I said the only way to forgive yourself is the only way to move on is to forgive yourself. It's to forgive yourself for things that you did wrong. Forgive yourself for not knowing better at the time, and forgive yourself for generally just not knowing, like just not knowing. And that's what I had to realize. I was like, okay, I didn't know better, and even if I did know better, it was so hard to get out of this facade and this and that and so on and so forth. And it's like it's realizing that I have to continue to give myself love and continue to forgive myself. And as I said before, it's not just a slap on the wrist. It's not just, okay, you did this, don't do that next time. I don't know why I slapped my wrist, like, but it's like, okay, you did this, and it's just a slap on the wrist, like, okay, move on, like, and you're gonna end up doing it again. No, it's about acknowledging it and acknowledging why you do it and acknowledging that, okay, this is why I do it, and this is why this is why I do it, to feel to feel this type of way, to get this in return, to do this and do that. But at the end of the day, all I feel is guilt. So I had to think about the outside view and be like, okay, all I feel is guilt, regret, overthinking, how other people saw me. I'm like, okay, how do I, transform? How do I transition to being more wise and knowing that, okay, like, this doesn't bring me actual happiness and stuff like that. And it's all about forgiving yourself and living in the present. And I had to tell myself, okay, I'm going to worry about right now. I'm going to be better right now. And I'm going to forgive myself and be like, okay, I did this, it was wrong. And just move on and just try and do better and try not to fuck up next time. Like literally, that's literally, it's hard. Like, I know I struggle with this a lot. Like, it's hard, but I'm telling you, the more I practice it day in and day out, it just gets so much easier. Journaling helps a lot. Journaling, meditating, and overall, when I know meditating is more of listening to yourself, and journaling too is sort of expressing and listening to yourself, but generally just listen to yourself, like, 24/7. Listen to how you feel, listen to the things that you say, and listen to the things that you consume. That is one of the biggest things and one of the most underrated things that comes with, like, overthinking. It's listening to listening to what you consume, whether it's stuff you watch, music, it don't matter, just listen. And the whole thing about, I feel like, okay, so I know people have this sort of thing and be like, oh, like, there's no past self to overcome and stuff like that. There is no past self to overcome, because I don't believe in this whole thing to overcome yourself and stuff like that. But, like, just simply just be better. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be better. It's like looking at a picture from you back then and be like, oh, like, I was ugly. And you look back now and you're like, oh, like, like, I look better now. Like, yeah, we all evolve and shit, but, like, what am I even saying? Like, we all evolve and shit, but it's like, genuinely, just live life. That's what I used to tell myself when I used to overthink, like, a lot. Like, I used to be like, okay, I just live life. I am here for a short time. I am not here for a long time. I am here for a short time. I need to start living my life, because the more these thoughts consume me, the more these things sort of, eat me inside, and sort of have this perception of me thinking this sort of way is literally wasting time and wasting my life. And that's when I'm like, all right, I go for a walk, I go out to eat, I go to the gym, something like that. I make tea, I watch a TV show, I watch a sport. It's just generally just living life. It's generally just saying, like, all right, I'm here. And just to say, like, oh, like, like, you're here for a short time, not a long time. It's not to say to do as much bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But it's about generally being the best and being the best version of yourself. And to finish off, because this is gonna be like my longest video ever. I'm on like 15 minutes, but to finish this off is to say, you are not your past, you know, and don't worry about the future. It's all about living it right now and being the best version of yourself right now. I've repeated this so much, and that's what helps me get through life generally. And you know, and also one last thing, it's okay to not know like what's right and what's wrong. Like, you have to find out, you know. Don't let other people tell you like, oh, like, why didn't you know better that time? But it's like, bro, I did not know better. Exactly. Well, now I know. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's the today's video. The comments are about to be like, bro, what the fuck you talking about? But hey, you know, I just wanted to yap real quick. 16 minutes. I love every single one of y'all. Continue living life. Peace.